The Commission on Ethics to order, and ask the clerk to take roll, please. Danielle?
Commissioner Cruz,
Here.
Commissioner Kreidel,
Present.
Vice Chair Kugler, Chair Romano,
Here.
Commissioner Sharif.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, and the first order of business is
Pledge.
Pledge of Allegiance. Number 2. Commissioner Cruz, will you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Oh, I see what I did wrong. All right. Sorry. Any introductory remarks from the commissioners? All right. Just would like to wish Danielle the best of luck in her application for. Just like to wish Commissioner Danielle the best of luck in her efforts to become a judge.
Thank you so
Anything
much.
else? Okay.
so much.
Anything from the staff yet? Okay. Approval of minutes. A motion is in order unless somebody wants to pull them off and talk about them.
All right, I'll move approval of just one correction. It's 2022, not 2922. That's all I see. Yes. Okay. All right, I move approval for both sets of minutes, July 7th and August 4th.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Commissioner Sharif. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Processed advisory opinions. Is there a motion to approve them as published, all three of them at once, or does somebody want to talk about them?
I'll move approval of all three.
By Commissioner Cruz, second by
Second.
Commissioner Kreidel. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
those opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Nothing was pulled from the consent agenda, so we were on to Executive Director Kelly's 4-hour presentation.
Thank you. So staff has been working hard to accomplish the goals of our 5-year strategic plan, which we implemented in March. And I just wanted to briefly highlight some of the accomplishments that we have achieved so far this year. Starting with goal number 1 in the tracking chart that I provided to you all. Goal number 1 was providing exceptional service delivery, action steps 1 and 2. As a part of that, we reviewed 24 other county or citywide ethics agencies around the United States, so we could see what they were doing, if we were missing anything, if there were any gaps in the programming or services we were offering, and to help us focus on what we should do that would contribute to our long-term resilience and success. One of the immediate takeaways from the comparative survey was that most of the agencies had a dedicated education position, which is something that we also identified in our strategic plan that we needed, and it was nice to see that that was confirmed with this comparative survey. Another interesting thing is I'm very proud of how transparent we are, especially on the website, of all the information that's available to the general public. One of the things that Ms. Levesque noticed or commented on when we were going through all of these agencies was how all of the information that we were looking for was actually in our annual report, and some of the other agencies didn't have that or didn't even have it on their website, so we actually had to call and speak with them to find out some of these numbers. So I'm really proud of how transparent we are, especially on our website, so the general public can see everything, including our trainings, because our trainings are online, so the general public can see it, where other agencies, only their employees or the officials can see it. It's not available to the general public, so I do think that's something nice that we offer. Along with the comparative survey, we also performed a self-assessment of the Commission on Ethics to review how we are doing and what we are doing as an agency. Our takeaways from that were, again, that we need to enhance our promotion, quantity, and quality of our COE programs and services. And again, I know we've spoken about this before, but particularly through promotion using the web or social media or other publications. In addition, we need more specialized or custom-tailored programmings to meet customer demand and to create a base of supporters who embrace the mission of the Commission. And finally, reviewing the similarities and differences among the different ethics agencies helped us see that organizing our office by work function with a greater focus on service would allow COE staff to concentrate on their activities and also enhance our responsiveness towards customers. Then in action step number 3, we completed a review of organizational practices, policies, and procedures. This was an important undertaking because standard practices of operation help decrease ambiguity in decision-making, which then supports quality work, it boosts productivity, and it also boosts morale because everyone knows what to do and they know how to make appropriate decisions. Similarly, in action step 4, we are currently in the process of updating the COE policies and procedures manual and the rules of procedures. This review is being done because every organization obviously needs a rules of procedure manual to guide its operations, strategy, and workflow, but it's also important that this is updated to maintain consistency in practice and to maintain quality output. And this is an arduous process, and it's constantly being reviewed for accuracy and effectiveness. In action step 5, we reviewed the key activities of our office to determine ways the data in our performance metrics could better capture our effectiveness and ultimately drive improvements in our performance levels for our programs, services, and use of resources. It is still early to determine the impact, but our goal, as always, is to provide exceptional service delivery, and we are currently on track to meet our performance metrics for 2022. For example, you can see on the chart in action step 5, on page 4, some of our metrics are to complete all inquiries and routine investigations within 60 days of assignment. And currently, we are on track to meet that. Our average is 48 days, and we did have one that exceeded 60 days, but the rest have been well under that timeline. In addition, we have our performance metrics to complete advisory opinions from request to opinion within 30 days, and right now our average is 13 days, and we have not had any that have taken longer than 30 days to complete. So I want to thank staff for how efficiently you work, but you also produce really high quality and high caliber work, so I appreciate all your efforts in that. In step 6, we created and deployed a customer satisfaction survey. As you know, customer satisfaction is at the heart of what we do, and throughout goal number 1, we talked about meeting customers' expectations and creating a base of supporters who embrace our mission. Therefore, we have to know what our customers want and need, and then provide them the quality service that they are looking for. The customer satisfaction survey allows us to find what they like about our trainings, what they don't like, are we making an impact, and if we're meeting their needs. And this was identified as a 2023 goal, but we decided that we really needed to know how we were doing. So we actually launched the survey in June. And as of October 3rd, 455 surveys have been completed. And so far, we have a combined rating of 100% that are either extremely satisfied or satisfied with our trainings. And we'll go into more detail on the results of the surveys for our annual report. Then moving on to action step number 9, which is something that will be ongoing, is we monitored state legislative activity for the 2022 legislative session. As you know, it's important to always keep an eye on what the legislature is doing in case there is any activity that needs a quick response, if it would have a positive or negative impact on us. But there was no actions this year that impacted us or were a concern for us. Then moving on to goal number 2, which is maintaining and motivating a highly and skilled agile team. Action step 1, which would be row 11 in your chart. Although the COE is comprised of a small group of talented and dedicated staff, as well as volunteer commissioners who are motivated by our very important mission, it's also important to have an employee development strategy which showcases and recognizes the vital contribution of everyone. Investing in the development of staff helps employee engagement, retention, and creativity, which in turn leads to increased performance and helps maintain a high standard of work that the COE produces. Our development strategy includes a regular review of employees' responsibilities, competencies, and skills, and their professional development needs and activities so they can continuously enhance their skills. And again, we're very lucky that COE staff is always enthusiastic about continuing education opportunities to strengthen and expand their skills. And then when we were working on this goal, we also realized that there is a need to make a better effort of showing appreciation to our commissioners, since they are engaged year-round, to further our mission and lend their support to create our many successes. So I wanted to take this opportunity to let you all know that we do appreciate each and every one of you and the time you commit to helping us further our mission. Then moving on to goal number 3, which is overhauling and improving the COE website. Action steps 1, 3, and 5, which are rows 12, 14, and 16 on the chart. Since our website promotes the COE online 24/7, it needs to create a strong, reliable first impression about the work we do. It needs to present updated information in a clear and accessible way, and get people excited about the work we do, and increase the number of new and returning visitors. Our website currently is good and it is functional, but we want to make it better. So we're going to focus our efforts and resources more on the site in 2024 to make it more engaging and interactive. But in the meantime, we have removed outdated content of the COE website, and we'll continue to monitor and update it as needed. On goal number 4, which is enhancing our comprehensive education program, action step 1, row 17 on your chart. Because, as you all know, education is the foundation of our mission. And as I've previously mentioned, we quickly identified that we have a need for an education position for the COE, since it is better and easier to prevent something from happening in the first place than to go back and fix the problem and address it after the damage has already happened. I'm happy to report that we were approved in the fiscal year 2023 budget for an education and communications coordinator. And special thanks to Chair Romano, who brilliantly used one of his mom's favorite quotes or phrases of "an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure" in his letter of support to the county for this position. So this new education and communications coordinator position will help accelerate our progress to expand our education.
She invented that.
She invented it. So this position is going to help us expand our education program and meet the needs of enhancing our comprehensive education program. And then finally, goal number 5, action step 1, which is row 25 in your chart. We are very excited to be working on a list of potential outreach opportunities and partnerships, especially with groups that have shared values with our mission. And our education and communications coordinator will oversee these opportunities once that person is in position, so we can get out there more in the community. So I'm very pleased with everything that our office has accomplished over the last 7 months, and I expect to give quarterly updates on our achievements in the new year.
Thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
questions from the commission or comments?
I had questions, but you answered them all as you went through.
All right.
Anybody else? I have a couple. Is there, does every county in Palm Beach County, does every county in the state have a commission on ethics?
No.
Do we know about how many commissions on ethics there are?
I think there's about 5. I know Miami has one, Naples has one, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Broward.
So just
That's-
South
yeah.
Florida, essentially. Is there any association or opportunity for executive directors like you to get together and confer and compare notes?
There is no national associations of ethics committees. I know you were asking about that. There is the Council on Government Ethics Law, which is a commission that we're involved in, and we do have a conference every year that we generally send somebody
And
to.
you're active in that? Okay, great. Those are my questions.
All right.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from staff? Okay, I'm going to get to public in just a second.
I still have a couple more updates
I
besides
apologize.
the strategic plan updates. So a couple other
apologize.
quick updates. I wanted to highlight quickly the hard work of General Counsel Geiger over the last 4 weeks. She has conducted 22 ethics trainings in 4 weeks. She has presented 16 for the City of Palm Beach Gardens and 6 for the City of Lake Worth Beach. She also has 12 more to get through for the month of October. So I know she's working really hard on those. And I also want to thank those cities for inviting us to come out and give those in-person trainings, because I do think the in-person trainings have more of impact than watching our training online. Next Thursday, Norm Ostrow, the West Palm Beach ethics officer, and I will be presenting a program with the League of Cities at their half-day ethics program. And he and I will be comparing the Florida Code of Ethics and the Palm Beach County Code of Ethics. And then finally, I want to remind you that after our November 3rd meeting, the Inspector General's meeting will immediately follow.
Thank you. Well done. All done?
All done.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You know, they say he who hesitates is lost. So when I heard that dead air, I figured it was my turn. All right. Yeah, my mom said that too. Hey, look, here's the thing. If you steal one person's idea, it's called plagiarism. If you steal a lot of people's idea, it's called research. Okay. So we're going to go to executive director's comments, which you have no more? No more. Okay. Commission comments? Nobody? Public comments? Mr. Ratcliffe, you're up.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Don't forget, we know who you are.
Commissioners?
Say who you are so we have a record.
I'm Rich, I was going to start, yes.
Okay,
I was going to
thanks, Rich.
thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Chair and Commissioners, for this opportunity. I'm Richard Ratcliffe, Executive Director with the Palm Beach County League of Cities. It's a little bit redundant because you announced what I was going to bring up, but I can, and this has to do with, and the only reason I'm coming up is because this goes out on Channel 20 and a lot of people don't know. And we will be hosting, with the League of Cities, we'll be hosting training on the 13th. And thank you for allowing your executive director to work with Norm Ostrow. And that's 4 hours of every elected official, and also a lot of people didn't know that people, if you're on a CRA, it's statutorily mandated that every single year you must receive 4 hours of education. And then also during that period of time, we also allow them to get the credit for their re-education that they need for our local Palm Beach County Code of Ethics. And the important thing is that each city sets its own standards in terms of what re-education, how often it has to take place. But we give it on a yearly basis because it's necessary, and we also believe, because we've done the video and everybody knows the difference, but the interaction with the people is what we've worked on. And at this league, we were the first league to do it in the state when it was mandated, and we found it very, very successful. And thank you for your allowing your executive director, because she's one of our stars when we fill out the survey, so thank you all.
Thank you, Richard. Any other, did I miss anybody?
I just wanted to say, Mr. Chair, there was a rumor going around the building that Miss Kelly is having a birthday next Monday, and we won't get to say happy birthday until, if we waited, so happy birthday coming.
Thank you.
Yes, happy birthday.
25?
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
All right. Motion to adjourn is in order. By Commissioner Cruz, second by
Second.
Commissioner Sharif. That doesn't require discussion. We're adjourned. Thank you.